Central Europe? You mean Bohemia and subjects, right? Oh, and we're also the HRE Emperor for that matter. For 10,000 likes, we'll do the second part of this where we conquer all of Europe before the 1600s. And don't miss out on getting EU4 plus all DLCs except Origin for just $20 using my code in the pinned comment below. Only a few days remaining, so take advantage of this offer. And don't forget that you can choose where your money goes, so you have the power over who gets all of the money from purchasing this bundle. Bohemia is one of the strongest nations in EU4, and that is for a variety of reasons. The missions are insane because you get PUs on Poland, PUs on Hungary, and a lot of other claims as well. You also start with the Hussite religion if you want to switch on over to it, and I have a video where we switch with Bohemia to Hussite in the link in the description. But today we're gonna stay as Catholic, and we're doing this because we're gonna be the new HRE Emperor. We're gonna make sure everybody's gonna vote for us. We do start off with a Regency Council since one day before the start date our king died in the Battle of Varna, so we got to get a new king, and we're gonna get one via events in a few months. Until that point, we're gonna do our starting moves here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give the +1 mana points privileges for all 3 estates, and Bohemia starts with 35% crownlands. So after we seize crownlands, we get 10% crownlands from the very beginning. Don't forget to also summon the diet and go for whichever agenda best suits you. Give out the supremacy over the crown, patronage of the arts, religious diplomats to get some extra relations with all the other Catholic nations in the world. And after we get 1 stability, we're also going to give out the -25% advisor cost reduction privileges. Rival the Austrians. A lot of the times you're going to be able to ally the Austrians. I still think you should rival them though, because we want to make sure that Austria is going to be an insignificant little Schnitzeldorf compared to our great nation. We're also going to be allying all of the electors, or as many of the electors as we possibly can ally. Wait for 1 day after you send your diplomat. This way you can ally quite a few nations within the first month. Make sure you check the rivals of your electors, so you ally electors that don't rival other electors. This way it's easier to ally more of them. Alright, so I was able to ally every single elector except Saxony. Now we do have a little bit of an issue with diplo relations, so what we're going to do is we're going to give out the Strong Duchies privilege as well, which offers an extra 2 diplo relation slots, as well as it lowers the liberty desire of our starting vassals. We also have a gold mine at the beginning in Keb, and we want to bring this up to 10 production. We should actually prioritize this, encourage development, and start deving this up to 10 production. The sooner the better. And we're also going to be getting a claim on the Hungarians. We could also sell the titles at the start because we do have 10% crownlands after you dev up Keb a little bit, but I highly recommend you don't do that. We don't need the money, it's all okay. We actually have 1 extra ducat even though we got the advisors, and financially, honestly, you're never gonna struggle as the Bohemians. The Bohemians always have super amazing financial situation. Once you get the event, the Compact of Basel, make sure you honor the compact, which is going to give you tolerance of heretics, and it's going to lead to another event right afterwards. Actually, I just realized I got 7 diplo relations instead of 6, so I'm going to cancel my alliance with Cologne. I'll get it back later maybe. Holy mother of God, Brandenburg just got the 2 provinces event. That was super fast. I wish I was playing as Brandenburg right now, but then again, I always wish I was playing as Brandenburg. Eventually, you're going to get the Return of the Hussites event. You're going to have 3 options here. Either you choose not to accept Zirige Podegrad as the leader of the country, or you can choose to accept them as the leader and make Hussite the new state religion. But that's not what we're going to do today, because if we go Hussite, we cannot become emperor of the HRE, and in this run we want to become emperor, so we're going to keep Catholicism as our official religion, but we're going to let Ziri here be Hussite. And look at that, boys, already quite a few people are voting for us. Let's see how many people would like us to become emperor. We got 4 nations choosing us as the emperor. Actually, let's cast a vote for ourselves also, so that is 5 nations choosing us as the emperor. So whenever the current emperor dies, we're gonna be the next emperor. We just got to make sure that these guys keep on voting for us, so we're gonna have to just improve relations with them. That's pretty much all we need to do to become emperor. We've also been developing this province almost close to 10 production, and as consequence we're getting 7 ducats. Let's also recruit a few more units. We want to have 24,000 units before we start start the war against Hungary and Austria. That's going to be in 49 because we have a few years of truce with the Hungarians until that point. I'm sorry, what the hell just happened? Munich became a junior partner of Hungary. Are you serious right now? And there's a München succession war between the Hungarians and the Danes. Oh, dude, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna drain all of their manpower. It's time to declare the war. We are gonna be outnumbered 4-1. They got way more troops than we have. Oh, look at that. We actually can call in Brandenburg. That's pretty good. And we're gonna set Pozosi over here as the war target. Let's go. Now, we did not co-belligerate Austria, but we will be rushing for Austria's capital. We want to peace out Austria. The sooner the better before we even attack the Hungarian lands. And we have one ace up our sleeves, and that is the fact that we have a human brain, so we're gonna use that to our advantage, fight only battles that we know we're gonna win, and avoid the big enemy stacks whenever we need to. Don't forget to also set up the defensive edict in both of your provinces that have a fort in them. The great part is that we have 2 vassals, so they have to siege an extra 2 capital forts before they actually do any damage to us, which should give us the time to actually siege down Vienna and get a few other provinces around Austria also. Oh boy, we sacked Vienna, which offers us 5% professionalism, not just a regular taking of Vienna, but we also advanced our army. We now have 16% professionalism because we start with 10%. So whenever we need extra manpower, we can just slacken recruitment. Now that we took Vienna, we can also get a little bit of cash from the Austrians and peace them out. We could push with the war against the Austrians, but I'm going to attack them directly in a while. So until that happens, I'm just going to focus on the Hungarians and this war. Should be a lot easier now since the enemy has half the amount of troops that it had a few days ago. Remember guys, fighting battles defensively, like whenever they're sieging down my forts, I attacked them, which is making it really easy for me to actually destroy their armies, is the way to win these wars. The easiest way to win these wars, in fact. And these guys retreated right next to me, so that's a stack wipe. Nice. Oh boy, the last jousting tournament, which means we get even stronger armies now. And you know what? We could call in Trier. Apparently they would be willing to join us. That should help out a little bit. Maybe divert the attention of the Hungarian army to Trier. But we basically grinded most of their army down. We've killed half of their army for sure by now. Won almost all of the engagements that our armies had with theirs. We did lose some from our allies' armies attacking the enemy. But hey, that's just how war goes in this game. There you go. Another successful battaglia. We got a 9 dice roll on that one. That was really great. Looks like the Hungarians just hired the Free Company, so the game is really on now, boys. I think we pretty much sieged down enough land in order to peace out the Hungarians. We're gonna go for this peace deal here. We do commit a little bit the snack, but it's all tactical snack, okay? It's not a regular snack. It's very, very tactical snack. We're doing this because we want the lands in Slovakia, since there's another gold mine here. Ooh, juicy gold. And by getting a connection here, if the Ottomans do not take Kosovo, we'll take it from the Serbians because now we bordered them. We also can attack the Bosnians and the Wallachians, and that's really good expansion path since it's not massive aggressive expansion, as is if I do attack lands in the HRE. Obviously, we will be doing the concentratio before we Korupski, and it's important that you do this war early on in the game because after 1455, there's a pretty high chance that the Hungarians are going to be in a PU under Austria via the event that they have if Postumus von Habsburg here is going to still stay as the heir and they don't go for the Matthias Corvinus option. So that's like a 50% chance that they're going to become a junior partner under Austria, which means it's going to be a little bit tougher fighting the Austrians afterwards. We got claims on Wallachia and Bosnia, so we're going to attack them. The Ottomans are guaranteeing Wallachia, but they will not join in because they are at war exhaustion, and they have good attitude towards me, so that's amazing. Let's go belligerate Herzegovina as well. And we're also going to be attacking at the same time Bosnia. Bosnia also is allied to Serbia, so if we're lucky, they're going to join in. There you go. Serbia's going to join in. 1 month passed, so it's time for Zeverski. I hate doing this to my fellow Romanians, but I'm going to have to wipe them out. Oh, they ran away. No, you bastards. They got 4 maneuver. Oh, boy. Boy. Cannot believe they actually ran away from me. We're going to catch him here, though, in Brno, and Historia gone. So the Ottomans did not fully annex Serbia. In fact, they didn't take even all of Albania for that matter, so I got no clue what happened there. But I'm gonna take myself a part of Serbia. I'm not fully annexing them because it would be too much aggressive expansion for now, and we plan on annexing a lot of other nations, so we're taking the border provinces, thus preventing anybody else from ever attacking Serbia again. And that's pretty much it for the first war against them. That also means we got the Kosovo gold mine, so we now have 3 gold mines from 1458. Bosnia's priorities are a little bit mixed up. They're essentially attacking our capital whilst the rest of their country is completely sieged by us, so that's not really great priorities right there, is it? We now can piece them out. It's obviously going to be a full annexatio. This way we get access to the Herzegovinian lands, which, by the way, one province was taken by Ragusa? I didn't even notice. When did they attack them? Wow. I feel cheated. I feel like they took that province from me directly right there. Alright, now we can also concentrate show here and core everything up ski. And here's the reason why I didn't take all of Serbia, because I am going to take all of Wallachia. It is going to be a massive coalition with Austria, Poland, Venice, Naples even, and so on. I don't care, honestly. It's worth it. This is a big amount of land, and if they do declare on me, they have to fight all of my allies. So let's go ahead and destroy the fortifications of Wallachia, because these are grassland forts, so they're pretty useless to be fair. And let's start getting ready in case a coalition triggers. If it doesn't, that's fine, because within just the first 15 years, we went from here to all of this, basically half of the Balkans, and now we're gonna chill for a few years, wait for the aggressive expansion to go down. And would you look at that, boyos, Keb has brought over Renaissance for us to embrace, which means we're now an enlightened medieval people, making Henry proud, aren't we, boyos? Sorry, I just played a lot of Kingdom Come Deliverance, and whenever I look at Bohemia, I just imagine that game. We've also been improving relations with the French, so that means we can get an alliance with them now, because we have avec le friendly, the good old French Bohemian alliance, the greatest medieval alliance everybody has ever known. I also kind of got that because I want to cancel my alliance with the nation of Brand, since I will likely vassalize them once my aggressive expansion is down enough. We've integrated the second Silesian vassal. Make sure after you integrate your vassals, or PU members for that matter, that you lower the autonomy in their provinces, because after integration they start with 60 autonomy, so you want to get that to 0 as fast as possible. That being said, we have done one mission, integrate Silesia, and it also means we can do 2 more missions now that give us restoration of union against Hungary and Poland. So keep these missions for whenever you're ready to go against these guys. Cannot attack Poland because they're still in the coalition against me, so I'm just waiting for this to dissipate. And Hungary I got a truce with, but I will attack Hungary with the Union CB as soon as the truce is over, so I got 2 years to get ready for that war against them. Can we get an F in the chat for our king who just died? And since he died, we're gonna bend the knee to Rome and become Catholic. Well, our leader and our heir become Catholic, that is. Otherwise you get excommunicado, so we don't want to get excommunicado, do we? We're gonna start the war against Hungary in a few months, so we're gonna be recruiting some mercenaries right now to boost up our numbers. We're gonna go with the Grand Company, set them up in the province of Brno. We're a little bit over our land force limit, not a massive deal. We're also doing this so the Grand Company is fully armed and ready when the war starts against the Austrians and the Hungarians. And obviously we're gonna do the same thing we did in the first war, which is rush for Vienna and the Austrian lands first. August 1st, 1468, a day that shall live in infantry. Wait, what? Infantry? No, I meant infamy. Infamy, okay? I'm role-playing Churchill here, except I'm going for restoration of union against the Hungarians, so it's kind of the same like what Churchill did, but not really. Let's focus on Austria first. Again, we're gonna go for their capital, which is like most of the war score. And the best part is that now, because we're fighting Austria, they cannot be a part of the coalition anymore, so they will be leaving the coalition, since we'll get a truce with them once we piece them out. Also, getting a spy network in Austria will help out out with the siege, since having a spy network increases our siege ability in the nation that we have that spy network in. Also guys, I want to mention that I recruited the Grand Company because I have zero professionalism. I was slackening a lot of my professionalism because I had to fight a lot of rebels beforehand and needed the manpower. So remember, if you do hire mercenary companies, make sure you don't have any professionalism or slacken professionalism before you hire them, because each mercenary company you recruit lowers your professionalism. Oh, these bastards, I knew that they're gonna rush for the gold mining keb to destroy my economy, so I have to take that back, obviously. Alright, with the second fort taken, I think it's enough war score for me to get rid of Austria. I'm gonna go for all the money. Whoa, I cannot even get all the money? No way, Austria. Wow. Well, you know what? I'm still gonna piece you out. Screw it. I need to focus on the Hungarians. Truce is done with the Serbians also, so I'm gonna attack them before they also join in a coalition against me. We don't want to have that coalition expand its membership, do we, boyos? I believe it is that time of the day where we say F in the chat for the Nationen of Serbia. And whilst on that topic, we also can annex the nation of Albania. Now, obviously, there's not much reason for me to do this, except because I don't want Albania to be in the coalition afterwards. And it's just annoying having a one province minor just existing here for no particular reason. Might as well take them out, right? With the big boys, on the other hand, what we'll be doing is obviously we'll be going with the union against Hungary. Take all the money that we can take as well. There you go. Coalition is only Poland, Austria, and land shit that we need to worry about. And Venice, I guess. Nobody else. It's actually quite a small coalition considering how much land I'm taking here. I'm also going to cancel as many of their cores as I can cancel, because every core that I have is going to make them a little bit more disloyal afterwards as a PU. So the less cores that I have, the more loyal they're going to be, obviously. And as an added bonus, we also get Croatia in a PU because they were in a PU under the Hungarians before. So now if we go to the player map mode, we basically have most of the Balkans that is not Ottoman land for that matter. We're also going to be using the money we took from them to make them loyal again by paying off their debt. We're also going to be improving relations with them, obviously. Furthermore, we can do Hungarian Union, which gives us permanent claims on the Austrian lands here in Austria proper that we can use later on. But of course, our main goal is going to be getting the union over the Poles. So all we got to do is wait for them to leave this coalition that they're still in, and which right now includes Poland, Landshut, and Ragusa. After you've PU'd Hungary, you're going to get an event that will let Hungary inherit Croatia. So you don't need to waste 2 Diplo slots for having 2 personal unions. You'll just have 1 Diplo slot wasted with the Hungarian Union. Finally, we managed to become the new Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. Everybody was voting for us, but the dumbass Austrian Emperor didn't die, dude. The man lived to like freaking 70. Imagine. So now that that's out of the way, we're gonna get a juicy alliance with Muscovy. It is a temporary alliance. We're only getting this alliance because we're gonna be attacking Poland next, even if they are in the coalition. I really don't care. We also can do Charlemagne's legacy now that we are the emperor, which offers some extra Diplo relations. So everybody loves us now. Now that we are the emperor, I'm also recruiting a lot more soldiers. My land force limit skyrocketed to 81, so I'm gonna make sure I have enough troops to fight the big coalition and Poland in the process. With the click of a button, I shall destroy all of Central Europe. I can call in mines apparently. What about the other guys? Oh, actually I can call more of my allies as long as I pay off their debts. So let's go to the great power interaction, take on foreign debt, and we'll do the same to all of my allies here, not just Nepal's, Brandenburg's debt, and even Palatinat's debt. And now let's see how many nations would join in this war. It is quite a few of them. Holy schnapps, that's like half of my countries here. I'm even gonna promise Brandenburg land, and obviously I will not give them anything. Let's go with the restoration of union. Schmagadooby-doo, boys. Schmagadooby-doo time. That means we're attacking time. Looks like Trier can also join after we declared the war. That's interesting development. They got a lot of forts. Like, not gonna bullshit you guys. They have a ton of forts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my god, I have to destroy 16 forts? What? I've never had to fight 16 forts Poland before. Recent patch definitely made them get a lot more forts than before, but it's not a bad thing. I like it. Look at this map, boyos. It's all of Central Europe against all of Central to East Europe, I guess. A great battle has happened in the area of Chlov. Wait, is it Chlov or is it just... No, it's Chlohov. I want to apologize to all the Czech people in the world. world for this horrible transgression. I just realized that the Burgundian instance has not yet triggered, and Charles is in charge of the country, so it will eventually trigger. Let me get a royal marriage with them. I mean, still, I do have like a 50% chance of getting the inheritance because I am the emperor. They did lose a little bit of land, but they have the cores. I think after a couple more battles, we should have enough war score to enforce a PU over the Poles. Let's just maybe kill off this army that Lithuania has here, and that should be enough, or close to enough anyway. There you go. Come on, don't run away like that. Okay, we should catch them over here. And we also just took Vilnius, which is going to help out massively with the war score. Clear winning of the Battaglia. We even got great rolls. We got a 0, but we got a 9 as well, so I'll take that on the great roll lists. Thank you very much. Yes, we can get the union with Poland. How much money can we get? We cannot get maximum amount of money, just a little bit, but it's worth it. And coalition-wise, surprisingly, not that many nations. Booyah Schnakadu, and that means, look at our map now, we are basically half of Europe in 1479, and we're also the emperor of the HRE, so now we can start getting imperial authority, consolidating our lands, and expanding. We also can do some of our missions here to protect the Turks, get a claim on all provinces in Carpathia and the Balkans owned by the Ottomans. So that means now we have permanent claims on all of the Balkans. Well, actually, it's a combination. It's not permanent claims, it's regular claims, and permanent claims only on Bulgaria. So next up, we're going to be fighting the Ottobroskis. And yes, by PUing Poland, we also automatically PU Lithuania, and the Poles still have their vassals of Danzig and Moldova, so we don't even need to pay extra diplo relation slots for these two vassals. Poland has to, and once they integrate them, we'll integrate Poland after ourselves. Also, I want to point out that there's a really great mission that the Bohemians have, Bohemian Commonwealth, which gives minus 15% diplo annexation cost, and that is massive. Mix that in with the minus 25% from influence and the policy between influence and admin, which offers another minus 20% diplo annexation cost. Also very important to note is the fact that the monument that the Bohemians have in Prague offers imperial authority plus 0.15 flat, so that essentially means that Bohemia is a better nation to be an emperor of the HRE than Austria is. We also get imperial authority from our traditions. That means we start with plus 10 imperial authority gain, and it just scales massively as we go along in the game. We will eventually also likely take Ulm for the other imperial authority monument that they have, and I am going to cancel the alliance with France because I strongly suspect that the inheritance is going to trigger soon, since this guy is already 45 years old, and when it does trigger, I'm going to have to go to war with the French. Oh bro, no freaking way. I just got a holy war CB on the Ottomans because I allied Burgundy, and Burgundy can do their mission if they're allied to a nation that is rival to the Ottomans, which is me, of course. Holy snaps, I also got faceting in Rudohori. I actually just devved this up right now so I can do my mission, which offers Bohemian Crystal in Rudohori. It's that time of the year as well where we sell titles to the nobility so we can invest that money in our country, and with this money we'll be building workshops, as well as we're also going to be building some barracks around the country. Oh, I just got 1,000 manpower from that barracks in Rudohori. We also can now do Bohemian Crystal, which makes the province of Rudohori gain crystal if we don't already have crystal, but we already did have it from faceting, so didn't really give much of a bonus then, did it? We skipped a few years where we basically just improved our economy, we fired the mercenaries, and we have professional proper standing armies now, as well as we have a consolidated empire with all of our PUs in check and loyal, so it is time to actually declare the war on the Ottomans now. We also discovered artillery, so all of our units have artillery also, which will make this war a lot faster than it would otherwise be. So we're gonna use the Holy War CB against the Ottomans, and let's go. We're gonna try and take as much land as possible from the Balkan side of the Ottoman Empire. I assume that most of the Ottoman army is on the Anatolian part because they have a war with Theodoro and Crimea, or better yet, I assume that they're in the northern part, so not many in the Balkans, which is why I'm gonna be assaulting, as well as I'm gonna be rushing for these forts worked here, especially the one in Gelibolu and the one in Constantinople. The Ottomans just finished their war against Crimea. They took the fort in Crimea, and they're attacking us in our PU lands, which is basically irrelevant because I don't care if they siege my PU lands, actually. Considering the fact that the walls of Constantinople already broke, I don't need to use my mana points, so I'm going to use my mana points on this fortification here, which has not yet broken, and I'm going to assault them. I'm also going to assault the one in Constantinople for that matter. Noise. We've pushed the Ottomans out of the Lithuanian lands, and we have all of the Balkans, so I was going to stay in the war for a little bit longer, but I'm not going to do so, and I'm going to do a very weird peace deal. I'm taking most of the Bulgarian lands, and that's pretty much it. I could take more money, but I don't want to be in the war anymore, and I don't want to be in the war because I can do my second reform. Just got to improve a few more relations with other nations since I have above 50 imperial authority now. Now we got an 11 years truce with the Ottoman, but I'm going to make that a lot shorter by attacking a Ragusa, which is proclaimed guaranteed by the Otto Bros. So let's go with the second war against the Otto Bros, and we'll try to piece them out as quickly as possible in the second one. What did it cost, Mr. Ottomans, to defend the honor of Ragusa? It cost you all of your money here, and I'm not taking anything else. I could take land or a lot of other things actually for that matter, but I'm not doing it because I want a shorter truce, and now I just made this 4 years faster, the truce with the Ottomans, and I also gained an extra 1,400 ducats from it. It is going to be a full annexation for Raguski, and with them out of the way, we now have full control over the Balkans. We just have to have one more war against the Ottomans, and for that matter, we're going to now release the nation of Byzantium out of Sirots and get ready for that war. We do have a few issues with our diplo relations. We're won over the diplo relations, so in order to fix that, we just need a second vassal, but not to worry, a lot of nation would like to become our vassal diplomatically. So 10,000 likes if you want to see the second part for this amazing campaign, and watch this awesome Portugal video until the next time. And I want to give a very big thank you to all of my channel members, Patreon members, as well as my Twitch supporters. I really wouldn't be able to do this without all of your support.